Hey everybody, welcome back to Gooseberry Homestead. Reba here. Check out the bunny in the yard, everybody. He's gotten so much bigger, but he's still getting into the yard. So I want to zoom out and show you the blueberries. I know we're doing a lot of blueberry videos these days. And when I try to talk too fast, I blur all my words together. I apologize. So I do have some ant dens down here in the grass somewhere. So I'm going to do my best not to linger in one spot too long. But as you can see, I have pulled out my tool from the garage. I got rid of all the old stuff, and I'm just using some that I had on some bolts in my garage. So these are new fresh tool for the season, and I caught a robin eating my blueberries today. And it is so warm the last couple days here in the Pacific Northwest. It officially feels like summer has finally arrived. We are so warm. It's 90 degrees right now. About maybe 6:20 in the evening. So I am out here just taking a look. I did pick some of the currants off of the currant bush, and I will be doing some more probably tomorrow. The birds haven't really seemed to mess with those so much yet, but I did have a couple blueberries on. One of the blueberries I was wanting to do a taste test with you guys today with, but the robin got the blueberry that was ripe. I was afraid it had gotten the pink popcorn blueberry. I squeezed it last night and it felt ready. So I'm going to do a taste testing on the pink popcorn blueberry, and I'll show you what it looks like and everything. So yes, we've got the tool. The robin came out here, looked at the bush right here, the legacy. I picked it clean, and I'm pretty sure we've done a video on this one. But I picked it clean this morning, and he came back after I had shooed him away from this pot right here. I shooed him away from there because that's the blueberry bush that I was going to do a taste testing with. And he was very mad at me. He was standing on the legacy here screaming, well, in bird terms. He was chirping very angrily. He was very perturbed because he came back over here and there were no blueberries for him to pick and eat. And so he had to leave my garden. So I got all of them this morning, but I see some new ones, you guys, have ripened up on the sharp blue that weren't ripe earlier today, and they're ripe now. So I'll probably pick those this evening and pop them into the container of blueberries. I've decided not to make a jam with them this year. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to make smoothies with them and put them in some like waffles or something like that. So that's what I'm thinking for the blueberries this season. My husband's quite impressed with the amount of blueberries we were able to get from these small blueberry bushes. They're on the smaller side, but on the same side, they're all on the same note, they're kind of bigger. For some of these are bigger than, the smaller ones down here. These ones are about 3 feet high. These ones are about 1.5 foot ish, give or take, a few inches. So really cool. So we've got some blueberries on this one. Looks like they've ripened up again just this afternoon. And then I put them on the ones that I could see some blueberries on that I want to make sure that the robin does not get. And so this one's loosely draped because it was so much taller. So I haven't seen the bird up in there yet, but it can get in there. So I need to figure something out. This is the one that the the robin was in. And there was a bunch of berries right over here that were ready, and he ate them. So this is the peach sorbet, and so it got it, but there's still a few on here. You can see right there, there's still a few on there, so we'll still get to do a taste taste test video, but I have to protect it from the robin so it doesn't get any more. And he's so mad at me, you guys. All right, and they've been picking out all of the berries that were in the containers down there on the bottom. So they've been eating them. All right, this one right here is the pink popcorn. Let me take the tool off of it so we can take a look at it. And then we can go from there. So I'm just gonna pull it off, and right down here there's a couple berries, and I'm gonna pick the front one, and when I fill it, I can feel that there's some give, and it comes right off. So this is the pink popcorn, and that's how the bush is looking. I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna hold it right here so you guys can see. So here is the pink popcorn, and it's very shaded. So I would imagine that the more that this berry is in, has some sunlight on it, I would imagine that it would be a little bit brighter pink, just a little bit, but they tend to be this creamy color with like a pink hint. So you can kind of see that, and when I squish it, there's a little bit of give. Now, it might need to ripen just a little. It might have been able to ripen a couple more days. And I've noticed the longer I leave my blueberries again on my blueberry bushes, the sweeter they get. But this is just a really, really pretty blueberry. And it's definitely different. I was thinking that it might end up being kind of like almost the same as the pink lemonade, which is right over here. And we do have a ripe berry on the other side. Let me pick one of those as well. I'm going to get the one that I'm looking at here. I'm going to have to stick my hand up inside and get this one here. It's not fully ripe, but it's ripe enough so we can see. All right, so this backside of the pink lemonade is kind of that pearly white color too. And let me pop it in my hand here so that we can see the two colors together. So this is the backside of the pink lemonade, and this is the backside of the pink popcorn. The pink popcorn looks to be a little bit bigger variety. I do remember my pink lemonades being a little bigger last year, so it might just be they're just a little bit on the smaller side this year. And when I flip over the pink lemonade, you can see that it is I go in the shade just a little bit. You can see that it's more of a brighter pink. So it looks very much hot pink color, and a little bit more on the redder side right now than typical. And then the pink popcorn has like a purplish edge there, and then a slight pink blush on it. And so I would imagine that's why it's called pink popcorn. So let's go ahead and taste the pink popcorn, and let me see how it compares in flavor to the pink lemonade. All right. Really good. Okay. I'm kind of getting like almost a tropical flavor to the pink popcorn. And I'm not exactly sure what tropical flavor, but it kind of has like a fruity tropical flavor to me. With a hint of a blueberry flavor. Oh, it's really good, you guys. So if you're wanting to add the pink popcorn to your varieties of blueberries, do it. Definitely do it. You won't regret it. They are really, really good. So there we go. It's not all fuzzy in the screen anymore. Definitely add the pink popcorn to your blueberries. You will love them. The flavor is really good. It has some complexity to the berry flavor. It's a lighter color. So with that being said, you're probably going to have less attraction from the birds with the pink popcorn, because they're waiting to see when the other berries turn a certain color. So The robin today, for example, was going for those super ripe blueberries, and it was not being gentle with my bush. I'm telling you what, it was attacking my bush, but it wasn't really hurting it. So let's go ahead, and while we're on the camera, we'll go ahead and taste the pink lemonade, and this will be a 2 taste. I've been kind of doing my taste testing in pairs, but before I taste it, let me see, let's give a score to the pink popcorn. The pink popcorn, I would give it, for flavor, I would give it a 5. It's definitely going to be one of my keepers. For sweetness, it was sweet, but not overly sweet, but definitely more on the sweeter side than on the non-sweet side. So I will give it a 5 for sweetness. And for size, for it being such a young bush, and the fact that I did get some berries and it being kind of on the large or medium large end, so not quite too large. Next year will probably be even larger, probably be closer to what I get on my Spartan, my Patriot, and my Legacy. I bet you anything these pink popcorns are going to be a larger size, and so we're going to go for that. Now I will give it a 5 for size as well then. So all around, one of the number one spots in my garden is going to be the pink popcorn. Now this year's a little bit on the smaller side. I do remember them being a little bit bigger last year, but I would probably say this is on the small / medium. So getting up there in size, and it's a really pretty hot pink, and it has the lighter white spot on the back. Could have stayed on the bush for one more day, and at that rate it would have gotten a hotter pink color, and it sometimes the white spot almost completely goes away except for right there, right where the stem attaches. So we're going to go ahead and give this one a taste as well. Okay, knowing that it needed another couple days, at least a day, maybe 2, to be left on the vine, it had relatively an okay amount of sweetness, not very sweet at all, but not there was definitely some sweetness. So I'd probably say for sweetness on it right now, it's at a 4 to maybe 3.5 to 4. And for size, I like them on the bigger size, but this is still one of my top 1 berries. So the fact that there's more berries on the bush, I will give it a 5, even though it's probably technically more like a 3 for size, because it's on the little bit on the smaller side. But because there's so many on the bush, I'm going to give it a 5. And then for flavor, it's definitely a 5. It's still one of my top 1 berries. So looking over all the berries that I've tasted this year so far in the garden, my favorites are the Spartan, the Patriot, the pink lemonade right here, and then the pink lemonade here, and then the pink popcorn here. Those have been my ultimate favorites this season out of all the blueberries. And yeah. And then to also add, the sharp blueberry had not sold, and I'm not going to take anything less than what I have it listed for. So if people aren't willing to pay the price, I'm not willing to part with it. So it will remain in my garden until somebody's willing to pay the price that I'm asking. So with that being said, this will conclude our berry tasting for the day. And thank you so much for coming along. Comment, like, and subscribe. Click that bell button. And you guys, as I always say, love what you grow and grow what you love. Have a wonderful one wherever you are, and God bless. Bye.